You're listening to the Gabe Molina podcast.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
Prince, thank you for having me. We're at Mare E Monte, which is sea to the mountain, correct?
That's it.
And this is your restaurant.
It is.
How long have you been in the restaurant business?
I've been more than 6 years now since I moved to America.
Okay, so your total name is Prince,
Blocage,
and you are from?
Albania.
Albania.
Exactly, from Kosovo. Albanian from Kosovo.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to Chef earlier. He was showing us some pictures, and it's a beautiful area.
It's amazing, man.
What is the sea that's in that area? I forgot already. We talked about
Adriatic
it.
Sea and the Yan Sea.
There you go. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it connects with the Mediterranean Sea over there, so it's just amazing.
That's beautiful. He was showing us some pictures, and it's pretty amazing. So, how old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
You're 30. You're a young guy.
I don't know about that, but I don't look that young, but still.
So, what were you doing before you decided to get into the restaurant business, or were you in the restaurant business in Albania?
No, not at all. Like, I used to be a doctor of physical therapy back in Albania.
Okay.
And when I came to America, they didn't accept me as a physical therapist. So
Really?
they only accepted me as a physical therapist assistant. So because of that, I started to work in a restaurant in New York. And here I am after 6 years.
So, I guess initially your passion was helping people, getting into physical therapy.
Yeah.
So, was it a matter of just kind of, would you have had to have continued education in the United States, or
Yeah.
was there not a possibility to do it at all?
No, I had to continue the education for a couple more years, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like we just came immigrants, me and my wife living in New York. Like New York isn't easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. Were you able to find work right away in the restaurant business, or?
Yeah. Like in New York, you have a very big Albanian community up there, and like 50% of them own Italian restaurants.
Yeah.
So Albanians are the new Italians.
Oh, really? Well, it's really close. Chef had mentioned about it's like a 30-minute jet ski ride. So if the cops don't stop you.
It is, yeah. A bigger jet ski, but yeah.
Yeah, so there's heavy influence on the
A lot.
Albanian cuisine.
A lot, no, especially southern Italy. Like you have the same climate, you have the same earth, you have the same sea. We share the same sea, so we share a lot of stuff. Like we share a lot of stuff. We share a lot of ingredients. Even economic factors made southern Italy and Albania to have very similar ingredients and very similar food in general.
Does Albania also get influence from Greece as well, or is
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Like a lot of Albanians immigrated to Greece during the years. Even a lot of Albanians in the 13 and 1400s immigrated to southern Italy, and they called our Bresh. They are like probably half of southern Italians have Albanian roots somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit about, I guess, the different countries over there, and at one point it was one large country, correct? That eventually got split up between Kosovo and Albania.
Yes. During the years, like thousand years, like it's been one country, but wars in Balkans are a big thing.
Yeah.
In the past years, not lately, but still, like the past years, been a big thing, and then you had a lot of movement of borders.
So what made you guys move to New York? Just the large Albanian?
Yeah. First, we moved to New York because how I told you, like in New York, you have the biggest Albanian community in the United States, and it's more than 500,000 people living over there,
wow.
especially in the Bronx. So in the Bronx, you have to know Albanian to get by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like us in the Valley.
Yeah.
It's pretty much Mexico #2.
That's it. Everybody that I get in the restaurant from the Valley over there, like, where are you from? Mexico.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Was it just you and your wife, or did other family members come with you?
Just me and my wife. Like me and my wife. I don't know. When I think back, it is strong.
Yeah.
Strong feelings. I have strong feelings about that because it's just.
What made
just
you guys?
Emotional.
What made you guys take that jump? Because that's a huge jump.
The love for America.
Oh, really?
I think it's the love for America. Like as a young guy, I always wanted to live in America, like since '99, since I can remember something, since I'm 6 years old. I wanted to move to America. Like me and my wife, like her in her part and me in my part. Like we used to watch a lot of American movies, a lot of traveling American movies. So when we came to America, we visited every state in America, literally everyone.
Really?
Yes.
And Texas turned out to be your favorite.
Texas is my favorite. Like I have a couple of reasons why Texas is my favorite.
Give me those reasons.
Man, Texas is just the real America.
Yeah.
Here, where Texas is where the patriots are. Like, community is amazing. Like, just right now, we are 4 weeks in, and so many people turn to come in. So many people coming back just to support. You know,
Yeah.
they want to give you gifts. Like a guy came a couple days ago and he told me, "What can I donate for marketing? So people need to know
Really?
this. How I can help you? You know, all this kind of stuff. Where you get this? Like, where you get this?" Another big reason is San Antonio. Like, I'm in the middle of a couple of Air Force bases and Army bases in general. That I promised myself in '99, I'm gonna live around those people. So I'm gonna live around American Army.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, and this is just something I'm thinking while we're talking. And we don't have to go down a huge rabbit hole because I want to talk mostly about the restaurant. Yeah. But you have such a positive outlook on the United States. A lot of times, and it's like everything else, right? When it's something is yours, you take it for granted for time to time, and a lot of times there's a lot of people that have grown up here that take it for granted. Do you think that is there in Albania in particular, because that's where you're from, is the U.S. seen in positive light?
Like, I don't know if people know, but I would like people to know that we celebrate 4th of July.
Really?
You know, I like people to know that we have squares named after American presidents, after American generals, or after American Secretary of States.
Really?
So this is how much we love Albania. Like, a president came in 2007 in Albania. The whole country had off.
Really?
You know,
That's
it's holiday.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So where does that come from? I don't know a lot of the Albanian history, but
like Albania used to be suppressed for years, like for 100 years, like with the wars with the Ottoman Empire, like 500 years with the Ottoman Empire, then with the Serbs, then with the Greece, like, and we had Italians occupying us and all that. And America and American people was the saviors of that. They brought democracy, they taste of democracy. And what do you want more than democracy in your life? You know, like, if you don't have that, everything else is like, for me and my family especially, we know what it is to not be free, you know, to not be able to speak what you like. Like, my father used to be a journalist. My mom used to be a chemist.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom couldn't work anywhere because the regime wasn't letting her to. And my father used to get beaten every time he wrote the article. So America changed that.
Yeah.
U.S. Air Force changed that. U.S. military changed that. So we owned everything to them. So this is why I did the 1999 in my restaurant. It's the only picture in the whole wall, in the big wall, to tell everybody, hey, this is the best country in the world. This is the best place you want to live. Otherwise, like, trust me, you haven't seen others.
You know, and that's very true. You know, I think there's a lot of times where when we haven't had to endure what other people have to, we become complacent with where we live, and we start to find every place you go has warts. You know, everything has a little ugly side to it. Every place does, you know, but it really takes somebody from another country to tell you who you are sometimes, because you
wish
forget.
that helps. Like, I really want that to help. Like, this is one of my missions in here too, to let everybody know that, hey, this country is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just amazing. No other words. Do we have problems? Yes.
Certainly.
But we're dealing with small problems.
Explain to me the 1999. What is that
Yeah,
exactly?
in 1999 in Kosovo, it used to be a big war.
Mm.
The Serbs, Serbian police and Serbian army was killing people, raping women, killing old men, killing young guys, everybody. So they was pushing everybody to go out of their homes and to move other states out of Kosovo. So what happened? America intervened with their air force for 3 months. They bombed Serbian position and Serbian army position till they weakened them so much. So they had to leave Kosovo, and then independence came, then freedom came, and this is why I own so much to them.
Yeah.
And I just want to share this story. Just today I got this medal, and this is a medal from a guy that used to serve in that war, American guy. He used to serve in that war, and the mission was called Shining Hope. I have it right here.
That's beautiful.
So he just brought it to me today.
Oh, really?
And the whole idea, the best part of this and being in San Antonio is that I've been meeting so many guys like him.
Really?
I've been meeting people that know my hometown. They've been in my hometown. You know that my hometown is like 5,000 people?
Really?
And they know it.
That's
what
that's
a small
wild.
world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, what other town you know somewhere in some other country and they know it.
Yeah.
And if they didn't serve in Albania, they served in the military. Like every table I talk to, I don't know. I love to be here.
That's beautiful, and I love that you're being received so well by people. You know, I just met you today, and I really enjoy being around you. You know, you can tell that you're a quality person. You're a good guy. You've got a great heart, and it makes me feel good because a lot of times I tell people, and a lot of times it's just trash talking, right? And I tell people how great Texas is and how great the U.S. is, and it's nice when you get examples of that. Yes, that is accurate. You know, there's good people everywhere. There's bad people everywhere. But, you know, to be able to come into a community and be received so well, it is a reflection on the community, but it's also a reflection on you because, you know, people can tell that you're a quality person and you're a good guy, and they want to interact with you more, you know, and that's because it's all you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for saying that and thinking that way. I appreciate you very much. That means a lot. Thank you.
So let's get back into the restaurant a little bit. So when you started, when you finally moved down here, and this is your first place that you opened, is this one?
This is my American dream right here.
That's good.
Like I never managed a restaurant. I never owned a restaurant before. I always used to work as a cook or as a waiter, like mostly as a waiter. I started working as a busboy. I worked in a place called Patricia's at Morris Park, and I would work so hard over there just to prove myself that I'm worth it to do this. And I loved it. I loved to do what I'm doing. It was a small restaurant, like probably this size, like 70 seats. And I don't know, like that's how I started to eat more, to try food, to try different flavors, to explore all that. And then when I started like reading about Italian food, reading about food in general, I started trying everything. And only my wife knows how many dishes she had to wash, man. Like how many dishes she had to wash, like me trying all the food, trying all the recipes and try to figure it out.
What is one of your meals that has been an experiment for you that has been a big success? Which one do you think has been one of your better meals that you've prepped?
The Bronx chicken parmigiana we have in here.
Is that what we had earlier?
Yes, the
that
one
was
we
really
had.
Good.
I got tired of the chicken parmesan, like marinara sauce and mozzarella cheese on top. Like, I wanted to try something different. Like, I tried probably 50 recipes and tried to do something, and then we came up with this, with the vodka sauce and cherry peppers on top.
That's what I was tasting. You know what's funny is when you have chicken marinara, typically, and this has been my experience, is most of the flavor is coming from the sauce. It's not in the chicken. The chicken is typically under seasoned. You know, you get the crust, but most of the flavor is in the sauce. And this one had just enough sauce, but the flavor was married to the chicken.
Yeah.
And it was really good. I was really impressed with it.
The breading has like eight ingredients that gets together over there. The chef makes it, and it's a lot of effort to come up with that breading. We experimented a lot. Like it is a science in itself, but not that we are scientists.
No, you actually are. You know, it's funny because when we were having it earlier, me, my wife, and Mel, and we were just chatting and in conversation and eating. It was it was amazing. It was delicious, the flavors, but it was difficult to pin down what I was tasting because there's so much flavor in that, and everything's playing off of each other. Everything's delicious, and it really takes you a little bit to figure out what's going on in that.
Chef Lurik always tells me we want layers on the food.
Yeah.
Like we want layers on the taste. Like you taste something different, then you start tasting something and something. So to give you a whole experience, a whole roller coaster while you're biting something. So that's the idea at least. I don't know if we try, or if we can get it or no.
No, you're successful. Let me tell you, you're successful. It's like a good song. You've got all kinds of instruments and layers, and everything's playing together. Yeah. And it was very that, and the calamari was very good as well. So was the lasagna, but those two were really something else.
I take a lot of pride in my lasagna. I make it myself every day.
Really, it was very good.
Yeah, I make it myself every day, and it's an amazing recipe I found in a book a couple years ago. And the same guy won a Michelin star with that lasagna.
Really?
Yes.
You know the name of the chef?
It's the book. The book is called American Italian, and it's just amazing. Like the bolognese sauce we make, we use Italian sausage and we use veal, and then we put ricotta, mozzarella, Parmigiano Reggiano, and we use fresh lasagna sheets, and we start it and finish it with some bechamel sauce.
It's amazing. It's really good.
For me, lasagna is one of the dishes that I take a lot of pride in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: running a business can't be easy. There's got to be you have to be passionate about it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts. You know, there's everything that you can think of that you can dot all your T's and cross your I's, but there's still the variables of employees and, you know, things of that nature, and personalities and people maybe getting sick or having a stressful day. Out of all those balls that you juggle, is managing chef the hardest?
Managing chef?
Yeah, because
no, chef manages himself.
He manages.
No, chef is the best.
I just met him today. He's a lot of fun.
No, chef is the best. No, chef manages himself. We have a really, really good relationship with each other. We are cousins too.
Oh, okay.
So this is a family-run restaurant.
You didn't say that.
Yeah, we are cousins too. So it's a family-run restaurant. We have meetings every day because every day we talk about the things we're doing right and the things we think we're not doing right, and we try to get feedback from everyone that comes in here. I literally been asking people, guys, what is we doing wrong or what can we do different? And we've been getting some feedback. We've been getting some good feedback. We've been getting feedback that helps us. Even the bad words we get, it's good feedback.
It's still info.
Right. Yes, it's good feedback. So we wanna improve every day. We wanna change the menu a couple of times a year. We wanna bring a lot of stuff. Don't forget, we have a really small kitchen, so it's very limited in the things we can do. Because when we started the project, the menu was 100 items.
Oh, really?
So we had to compromise on the size of the kitchen and a lot of other things because that's what we have for now.
No, he's got a great personality. I like him a lot.
100%, yeah.
So, what's his background as far as? I mean, he's a chef. He's obviously amazing.
Chef has amazing background. Like chef did culinary school in Albania, Chef also worked in a lot of restaurants in Albania and Kosovo. And when he moved to America a couple years ago, he worked in Manhattan, he worked in New Jersey, he worked in well-known restaurants, Italian restaurants, Greek restaurants, like, like that Mediterranean area. So he has a lot of expertise in a lot of dishes and making a lot of delicious dishes. Like the meatballs he making, oh my God.
Really?
He treats meatballs with love.
Yeah.
It's just like he when he makes the meatballs, he sears them. He doesn't want to put them in the oven just to get them done. Like he sears one by one, and it's procedure. You know what I mean? It takes time. It takes a lot of effort, and he sears everything to perfection. Leaves them a little bit red inside, and then he just finishes them off. Like it's just amazing.
You know what's beautiful about people like that is we live in a society now where people want instant gratification. It's got to happen right now. The attention spans are short. Everything's super convenient. You can get DoorDash to come to your work. You can do all those things. But when you can find a personality who's passionate about what they do and has the patience to make something that most people don't want to sit around and wait for. It's kind of, I always tell people, like with my work, I don't do anything nearly as cool as what you guys do, but I always tell people, there's, it's me, it's me doing this. And when
I don't know what cool you do, but you're cool. So.
I'll take it. But it's kind of like, sometimes I feel like when somebody doesn't like something, it's a reflection of my effort that I put into it, And so I feel like, as we kind of get older and things are readily accessible for people, they're less concerned with the process and they want the outcome. And to have a good outcome, you have to have a good process, and to have somebody like Chef to be able to go, hey, this is where my passion is, and I'm going to do what I need to do to make this meal come out, even if it takes a little bit longer than most people. But ultimately, that comes out on the plate. That comes out on the person that eats it, and that brings the person back. I'm the type of person where if I really like something, I'll always go there. And I think that a lot of people are like that, especially for the reasons we just talked about. Everything just super quick and super just convenient. That when somebody finds something that is quality, they want that, they crave that, and they want to come back. So I mean, I'm excited for you guys because there's a lot of Italian restaurants, but you guys, and not that I'm a critic or I'm a fat guy.
Well,
I like
the
everything.
The best food is the food you like. So like you have your own critic. So.
Sure, but what I'm getting to is there's so many times, and there's only been a couple of times where I find a restaurant where I didn't know I liked that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, be surprised to you.
It surprised me.
I love that.
And I find myself going, these are the things I like. I will never like these ingredients, but you guys do it in a way that it's delicious. I may not go to the store and buy these ingredients, but you guys know how to put it together to where it's amazing. And that's
Thank you.
What has been some of the what has been some of the highs and some of the lows of starting this restaurant? I mean, you guys are new, fairly new, but what has been some
the fact that we don't know how to start a restaurant? That's the lowest thing possible you can have.
What did you do? I mean, where did you?
Some other guy before us just opened a restaurant here, and he leased it 10 days.
Oh wow!
And I came in and told him, "Hey, listen, would you like to sell it to me?" He said yes.
Wow.
So I called Chef in the phone and told him, "Papa, you need to come down here."
He was in New York at the time?
He was in New York, working in Manhattan over there. "Papa, we got it. You need to come down here," because the plan was to get it together from the beginning. So I was down here working in a restaurant over here, and he was over there like working, doing his thing. And I told him, "Papa, we got it. Come down." He came 2 days after. We opened this door together, and I was like, "What should we do?"
Yeah.
We didn't know anything.
Well, you know what's cool? You know what's cool is that you called him and he came in 2 days. I'm sure he broke his lease illegally. He didn't probably close it outright. But you know what's funny? is when you have a support structure that is willing to drop everything and go, let's go right now, because you made the call and he showed up.
He did.
And when you have that, you can do a lot of things.
True.
You can do a lot of things.
I know that for sure.
So it was already a restaurant then?
It was a restaurant, but it wasn't nothing like this. Like, we came in without, hey, listen, we're probably going to do like 2 weeks construction over here. It ended up almost a month and a half or 2 months.
Yeah.
But still, we needed to modify the kitchen to get the kitchen ready for our ingredients, our way that we want to do things. We're still modifying today because we're still figuring it out. Like, listen, this thing we can do better, this thing we can be faster, and this thing we can be more consistent. Because it's one thing to have good food, and it's another thing to be consistent with the good food.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge in itself. And this is what we're talking with chef every morning. Like, hey, we've been having very good feedback. Everybody been liking us, but we need to continue that. But with the fact that we have to give them consistency, and we have to give them amazing service, and we have to make them feel the best possible when they come in here. Because I just thought for myself how I would feel if somebody waited on me how I wait on them. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just this simple. It's not a complicated science. Just what could make me happy, and I just do that things. Like, I do believe in unreasonable hospitality. I read a book couple years ago, is written by Will Guerriero. He used to be a manager in Levin Madison, one of the best restaurants in the world, and he wrote the book Unreasonable Hospitality. I think it's a show in Netflix about that, but I haven't watched the show, read the book. And I do believe by doing everything for the customer, like whatever they need to. And as soon as they come in, I tell them, listen, like, this is our menu, but if you don't find yourself in there, let me know what you like, and I hope I have the ingredients that are going to make it for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's this simple. And chef is good with that, because, chefs not always, like chefs in general, are not always happy to go away from the menu.
Right.
But he understands.
There's a lot of work that goes into the menu.
Yeah, but he understands, and we understand that people want to eat the things they like to eat, and here we are.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna give them the spaghetti meatball. We're gonna give them the fettuccine alfredo with chicken. We're gonna give them the spaghetti marinara. We're gonna give them the regular dishes they get everywhere else, but with a nice flavor, because ingredients and everything is top quality. Like, just want to share to everyone that we get our local meat, local chicken, local veal from both Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like our drive.
Yeah, it's right down the road.
Yeah. And we also try to get much as vegetables possible from local farmers. Right now we're getting a lot of strawberries because it's strawberry season. And and we get a lot of things delivered from Italy, because the cheeses, the things I like to use, we have to have the top quality, because as soon as you go down in quality of the cheese, or you use different cheeses, like, taste goes away.
Sure. And even
Like,
the texture.
Yeah, texture and taste and everything, like, so it's a lot of effort to do all that. Ask my wife, like, she's...
Is she involved with the restaurant as well?
No. Like, she helps out sometimes. Like, she hosts Saturdays sometimes when she has time. But she's really busy too, by going to school and working. Like, 7 days she has activities.
Wow.
So yeah, shout out to Albania. I love you.
Well, that's a good support.
Yeah.
It's nice when you have to have a good, solid marriage and a good, solid relationship for her to be as busy as she is, and for you to be as busy as you are, and still maintain that support for each other.
My wife is the best person in the world. Like, it's nothing can beat. Like, I think I'm a nice guy, but when I see her, I kind of feel like, no, she's way nicer than me. Like she's that kind of person that makes you feel like how somebody can be this nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's just amazing. Biggest supporters. We went through thick and thin with her, immigrating her being 20 years old, me being 25. We have a 5 years difference. And going through Manhattan,
Sure.
New York life together, and immigration in general, and dealing with all the problems you deal in the beginning in America, because it just keeps getting better. So with the years it gets better and better. Like beginning is hard, but going through all that with her, like, no, she's just amazing.
You know, it's funny because you guys came from Manhattan or New York and Manhattan area to San Antonio. There has to be a massive change of pace. You know, New York's very fast and Texas is very slow.
I tell everybody one thing. I tell everybody just one thing. Like, I'm so happy to go in the end of the night and park in front of my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Manhattan, I had to drive around and around and around for hours sometimes just to find parking. So I park in front of my house. I bring my groceries right away to the door. I don't need that stroller to bring them up. So no. But it's a lot of other things too. Like that's just a joke. But still, it's Texas. Texas is giving us so much. It's giving us so much that we gonna appreciate Texas for life and Texan people for life. Like who knows me, who knows Chef. And they've been coming and supporting and coming back. We have people that came in 10 times and we are 4 weeks open.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like I had another table last night that came in last night and came in for lunch today.
Yeah.
Like, how can you get this? Like only in Texas.
Well, it's funny. I was talking to Melissa earlier, and she's our mutual friend. And I said, how did you find this place? And she goes, you know what? I just really wanted Italian food one day, and I came here, and I ordered a bunch of different things, and I said, she goes, and then I asked, are you guys hiring part-time? and you know, it's funny because she's a good woman, and for her to see that in you guys, that she wants to be a part of it, you know, says a lot. You know, it really does.
Melissa's a big value for this place. Like when I say she's been helping me in so many things that is just amazing. I remember the day Melissa came in and I brought her a glass of wine, and how I go with a big smile in my face.
Sure.
And then she was like, she wasn't expecting that, and I was like, welcome, how are you, how was your day, but let's make your day good.
Yeah.
And she started laughing, you know, and we got into and no, we are a great team in here. We have great waiters, we have great cooks, we have an amazing dishwasher. Like everybody is amazing here. Like I just want to take the time in here, use the time in here to thank all of them, because this 1 month couldn't be without them.
Yeah.
Like all of them, single one, even the ones that left. Everyone was a value. Everyone understood what we want, to give people the best Italian food in San Antonio.
And I think you guys are doing it. It's funny, when I walked through the door, I was greeted by you. I was greeted by a couple of other people, and it was different. You know, a lot of times you come into a nice restaurant and it's very stale, I guess I would say. You know, maybe not necessarily as welcoming. And you guys were very welcoming. And it caught me off guard a little bit. But then, you know, once you sit down and you get a menu and you're talking to people, and after a while, it's like it's very welcoming. It's very welcoming, and that's you guys. That's you. That's Chef. That's your wife. That's Melissa. That's, like you said, down to the dishwasher. You know, it's before the guys left tonight. You know, they were super excited to be out here, and you know, we talked and took pictures and hung out, and it's like. Like people like to build, people like to use the word culture, right? Yeah. They talk about building a culture, and when you can get everybody to head in the same direction, to provide the same experience, regardless of what their job is here, you know, ultimately that always comes back down to the customer. and the customer feels a good experience. Even down providing us with fresh plates. I think we ordered 3 different things earlier, and it was fresh plates and fresh utensils. And it's to me, I grew up in a small town, and so it's like we ate everything on the same paper plate, and so just the experience of that. You walk in and all the tables are already put together. There's already, silverware and linens out, and it's not an afterthought. You go to some restaurants and they bring out your utensils and stuff towards the end. Here it's already out. It's already prepared. You're almost welcomed before you've even gotten here, because you guys do all that prep work in the beginning, and it shows. It's a great experience.
Thank you. That means a lot. You saying that, man. Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
So, what is your goal? What is your future goals with this restaurant? I know we're 4 weeks in, super early, but what is your long-term dreams and goals?
My long-term dreams and goals is to run this restaurant, to be successful with that, to be able to provide good food, and to not lose the passion.
Yeah.
Like, I love to do this. I wanted to say I like, but it's not true. I love to do this. Like, I love to provide people with food, to give them happiness, because love comes from the stomach.
Sure.
So, like, I love to share my experience with them. I love to share my recipes. Because every dish has a history behind that. Like, or I saw it somewhere, or I tried it somewhere, or I ate it in southern Italy, in Calabria, in a small town, or I ate it in Oregon, or I ate it in Alaska or Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's all these places where we traveled and we got something. Like, let's tell a small story. I went in Orange County, California once, in Laguna Beach, and I had one of the best tuna tartares in my life. They treated their capers differently. They dried their capers. So what we did, like, we make a chicken piccata and veal piccata over here. So we treat our capers differently. Like, we're not doing tuna tartare, but we're doing a chicken piccata with dried capers. Like, we get so much flavor, so much crispiness from them. So this is what we have. Like, every dish is something that I love eating. Every dish is something that I love serving. I'm not scared if somebody gets the dish and, hey, is he gonna like it or no? Like, whoever eats shrimp, they're gonna love our shrimp reganata. Like, it's a seared shrimp with breadcrumbs on top, lemon butter sauce.
Sounds good.
We have a soul oreganata. Like, oreganata way of making things, it originates in southern Italy. Because if you look at the Italy map, like, when you go to the north, you have all that fancy cheeses like Parmigiano Reggiano, you have Pecorino Romano, you have Grana Padana, all that's amazing cheeses. But when you go to the south, people used to be more poor. So instead of using that cheeses, they started to use breadcrumbs. So that's how oreganata style got made. And we serve oreganata style dishes in here to get all that texture on all the flavors from all that. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just I'm so proud of our dishes.
You're gonna make me come back tomorrow. I can feel it already.
I love it. I can wait.
Let me ask you this. I learned a lot of things from my mother, but I think I got a lot of my dad's personality. You have a huge passion for what you're doing. Where does it come from? Does it come from one of your parents, both your parents, maybe your experiences?
My whole family. Like, my sisters just published a book yesterday about Albanian old homes architecture. Like, she's an architect in Stuttgart, Germany. Like, whatever we do, we try to do it best. Like, even my mom, my dad, my uncles, everybody is successful in their way. They work hard. They teach us to work the hardest possible. Even if you're not the smartest one, you have to work hardest from everyone, and you beat everyone. Like, it's not about beating people. You understand what I mean?
Sure.
But still, like, it's just hard work behind everybody's success.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I asked you for how long you've been doing it, because you've been here 4 years, like grinding it out, you know?
Yeah.
So you've been sticking for that for 4 years, and that's how success comes. Like,
Yeah. It's funny because I come from a father who was a workaholic, and a lot of times it wasn't his passion, it was a means to provide, and a lot of people are that way. And so I grew up around that, and that was kind of how I saw life. There wasn't really a passion was secondary. Paying the light bill and making sure you had a place to stay was primary. And growing up in a small town that we did, opportunity was pretty small. If you were going to stay there, to leave, there was plenty of opportunity. But a lot of times when you grow up in a small, it's hard to leave. Your families or your friends or your memories are there.
Trust me, I know that.
You're a prime example of that. And so with this, I will, like I told you earlier, it didn't start as something that I was ambitious about outside of being interested in collecting memories for the future, and so, but gradually in doing this for the past 4 years, it really turned into something that I've enjoyed, and not so much that I enjoy the podcasting. I enjoy sitting here across the table from you and drinking water and having a conversation. Like that's the successful part for me,
Trust me, I can feel that. Like,
Yeah.
I really can feel the passion. I can feel the love, and no, like, I couldn't be more happier than to be in here and to have this my first time ever having a podcast. Don't forget that. So I couldn't be more happier, and thank you.
Prince, I'm so excited to have been here today.
Thank you.
I want you to share your address with people, remind them the name of the restaurant. Social media, do you guys have social media?
We do have social media. We're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we are on Google, we are in Yelp. The restaurant's name is Mare E Monte Italian Restaurant. We are on 9390 Hubner Road, San Antonio, Texas, by the medical center over here. So being by medical center, it's a very good thing, and
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you why. I was telling you earlier about the people from the valley over there. A lot of people from all over Texas, they come to the medical center over here to get treatment, and during the lunchtime mostly they come and eat in here. And I've been meeting people from all over Texas,
Sure.
especially southern Texas, and they've been sharing experiences. They've been talking about their cities, where they're from, and it's just a culture.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing culture. And I've been learning, and I've been sharing my culture, and I don't know, it's undescribable.
Yeah. Prince, let me tell you what. I am honored to have met you.
Thank you.
I do everything Melissa tells me to. And when she told me to come here, I said, let's do it. And now that I've been here, I feel blessed to have met you. I
you.
feel honored to have met Chef. He helped set this podcast up, by the way, because that's part of his background as well.
Chef is everything.
He really is.
The best. The best.
He had a great smile and a good personality,
Love
too.
it. Yeah.
So for Italian food or just good food in general or good company, this is a place to come.
Thank you.
So I hope you guys, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you are extremely successful. And I want you to be as successful and grow as big as you want to be. If you want to keep it small, if you want to grow big and have multiple restaurants, I hope you hit all your goals, regardless of what
I
they
just
are.
want to be happy.
I agree.
That's all.
I agree. Prince, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. God bless you, man.
Yes, sir. God bless
Appreciate
you.
you, sir.
Thanks,
you.
everybody, for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Gabe Molina Podcast.